Okay, hello, Luis. Welcome back to our classes. How are you today?
Hello, Christian. I'm fine. I'm pretty good.
Okay, thank you for sharing. Thank you. Well, thank you for coming back to our classes. Nice to see you. Hello, Daniela. How are you today?
I'm happy because today I went to meeting with my friends.
Okay, well, that's something really good. Thank you for being here, Daniela, in our class. Well, guys, thank you for being on time. Let me text our classmates just before we start the class, and then we continue with our next activities. Let's see. Okay, very good. Well, guys, thank you for being here in our class on time. As you remember, these days we have studied very important topics, and today, guys, we will also have great activities to do. Before we start, Luis, tell me, how was your day? What did you do today?
Okay, let's see. Well, it was a pretty normal day. Like I did all the things I do normally with my kids and in the house. Um, like doing homeworks with them, uh, cooking lunch, and taking them to school. So it was a pretty normal day.
Okay, very good, Luis. Thank you for sharing. It was normal, but you did many activities. That's pretty nice. Thank you for sharing about it. What about you, Daniela? How was your day? What did you do today?
In the morning, I worked, but today also meet. I went to cinema with my friends and ate pizza.
Okay, very
How about
cool
you?
day. It was a great day. Very cool, actually, because you were spending time with your friends. So thank you for sharing about it. Malcolm, you cannot speak today. Don't worry. Thank you for letting me know, and thank you for being here in our class. Well, guys, it's time to start. I'm really happy to hear about your day, different activities that you did, and well, that you have but that it wasn't very busy, but you enjoyed most of the activities you did today. So thank you guys for being here. Right now, we are going to start everybody, well, with uh, some of our classes, or one class, everybody, which is part of the topics that we have studied these days, okay? So today's, let's talk about things I want to do, but let me see what happened to my screen. Oh, let's see. Okay. Okay, can you see my screen? Yes? Yes, very good. As you can see, today's activity, it's about things I want to do. Okay, as you can see, I have some pictures about, well, different experiences that we can have, and maybe we have done any of these in our life. For example, okay, maybe the most common activities could be, for example, this one. Let me show you. Okay, for example, this one is a go to a music festival. This one is see the sunset at the beach. Okay, so these are common activities that maybe you have already done. And these three activities are not very common, but maybe we want to do in the future. For example, ride a hot air balloon, a dive with sharks or swim with sharks. And the last one, everybody, or this one is to visit the seven wonders of the world. Okay? Well, to start talking about this, I want to listen to Daniela. Daniela, tell me, do you want to do any of this? Do you want to have any of these experiences or a different experience?
I want swimming with dolphin, no shark, but with dolphin, I think is a experience beautiful. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be a beautiful experience and is less dangerous, right? Than swimming with sharks. So very good. Have you ever had, or I mean, have you ever seen the sunset at the beach?
I like and I went. Uh, I don't know what to say. I went twice or three times the last month, and I think yes, I want to
And
go
you
to the
saw
beach
and you saw
again.
the sunset. Did you see the sunset at the
Sorry.
beach?
Yes, only once because I swimming in the pool and I can see the sunset. But I uh, I went mountain. I don't know what is the name? Risco.
Risco. Okay, great
Yes,
question. Let's look for it. Let me see. I think it's Cliff.
okay. I went to Greece
Oh, I'm sorry, it's
and I
Krach. Krach.
cracked.
Krach.
Okay, I went to crack and I see the sunset and it's so beautiful because the color is unicorn. I don't know, it's colorful and it's so beautiful.
Okay, very good. Yes, that's a great experience that we can have, and maybe you already had in the past. So thank you for sharing about it, Niela. What about you, Luis? Is there any experience you want to have in the pictures or any other that you want to share?
Yes, I would like to see the sunset on the beach someday. I have never seen it.
Really? Come on. Okay. Well, that's a beautiful experience. And
And another one is I want to go. There are some places where you don't have like uh, luminic contamination from the cities, so you can see the galaxy with the bare eye.
oh, well, that's a unique experience. I have never
Yes,
thought about it, but it sounds interesting.
yes, I want to. I would
Oh,
love to do that.
okay, pretty good. And what about these experiences that we have in the pictures? Have you ever been on a music festival?
No, nothing
No.
in the picture.
Okay, any
No.
any of these pictures, okay? But I hope you will have those experiences, guys, in your life. At least Daniela mentioned that she wants to swim with dolphins, not sharks, but dolphins. And Luis, you want to see the sunset at the beach, which is a great experience. And well, there are some other experiences that we already had, but from the pictures, they are kind of different or they are kind of difficult to do. But it's important to speak about this because these are some other experiences that are unique and that are really beautiful. Today, everybody, well, before we start with today's class, remember that yesterday we talked about present perfect and simple past. They have some similarities and also they have some differences. More than differences, guys, those are some details that we have to remember when we speak about something in the past, okay? Remember, if you want to mention an experience that you have had, we use the present perfect and then to describe how was that moment, how was the experience, how was the event, we use the simple past. Not present perfect, but we use the simple past. Okay, today everybody, we will continue talking about present perfect. I guess this is the last class about present perfect that we will have. And today everybody, we are talking about the adverbs of time for present perfect. As you remember, present perfect, one characteristic of present perfect is that we don't mention the specific time. So in this opportunity, guys, when we use the adverbs of time, we are talking about an indefinite time word, okay? So right now, please, Luis, help me with the 4 words, okay? Read the 4 words that we have for today.
Okay, already, for, yet, and since.
Very good. Okay, today we are studying these 4 adverbs of time. Already, yet, for, and since. First of all, let's check the use or the meaning of this word, and then let's check the position in a present perfect sentence. Okay, let me see. I'm having, okay. So everybody, today let's start talking about these 4 adverbs of time. Let's pay attention to the first one. The first, let's see. Okay, the first word is already. Please, Daniela, help me reading what is the meaning of already.
Already, it's meaning that something was happened already
Earlier,
earlier that we expected.
thank you. Okay, in this opportunity, guys, already, well, we use already, guys, to talk about something that happened earlier than we expected. So remember, early is the adjective, earlier is the comparative form, earlier. So we expect it to happen in one moment, but maybe, okay, maybe we expect it to happen in one moment, but it happened earlier than the moment we wanted to happen. Please, right now, help me with example, Luis, and the structure.
Okay, he has already been to Mexico. The structure is subject plus have or has plus already plus past participle plus complement.
Okay, so as you can see, well, we respect the order of the sentence, so we have to use all the parts of the sentence, but in the middle, we use the word already to mention one experience that we had, okay? To mention one experience that we had earlier than we expected. For example, guys, I could mention, okay, I could mention some experiences. I'm not pretty sure about this, guys, because I don't know if you have a car or if you have your driver license. I don't have it. That's why I ask you. Luis, have you ever driven a car? Oh, your microphone, Luis.
Sorry, no, I have never driven a car.
Okay, I have never. Okay, I have never. Or Luis has never. Let me see. What about you, Daniela? Have you ever driven a car?
I drove a car.
Yes? No?
Yes, I drove a car.
Okay, very good. So Daniela has already driven a car. As you can see, okay, we are talking about something that happened. Okay, one experience that we have in a moment, in earlier than we expected, okay? Maybe we expected to happen in one moment, but it happened earlier. So we did it. Luis has never had that experience, but he will have it in one moment, okay? Now, let's check to the next one, guys. Remember the use of already, okay? That we use it for things that happen earlier than we expected. Let's pay attention to the next word. Remember that today we are talking about 4 words. The second word, everybody, is yet. Look at the difference between already and yet. First of all, the meaning, and on the second hand, I can mention, guys, that already it's only for affirmative sentences. Yet, everybody, it's for negative and interrogative form, okay? Please pay attention to all this information. Please, Luis, read the meaning of yet and the examples.
Sorry, Mike.
Okay, don't worry.
Yet it means that something that we expected to us, expected has not happened. Have you seen the Super Mario movie yet? No, I haven't seen it yet.
Thank you. Okay. Well, remember that already it's used in the middle of the sentence. We use the subject, the auxiliary have or has, and then we use already. Then we respect the verb in past participle and then the complement already. But in this opportunity, guys, we have to use all the structure in their normal form. The only difference, guys, is that we use at the end of the sentence or the question, we have to use the word yet. This movie, guys, the Super Mario movie, was released, I don't remember, on April 5th. I don't remember it, okay? 4th. Okay, thank you, Daniela. I wasn't pretty sure about this, but the movie was released on April 4th, okay? Today it's April 19th. So it is supposed most of us have already watched the movie. It is supposed, because I'm not pretty sure. But at least I haven't seen the movie yet, okay? I didn't have that experience. I haven't seen the movie yet. What about you, Daniela? Well, you went to the movie today. So did you watch that movie?
Yes, I have seen it yet.
So you have already. That's
Yeah.
pretty nice. Okay. Okay, that's pretty nice. So you have already watched the movie. What about you, Luis? Have you seen the Super Mario movie yet?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, so I'm really sorry. Okay, we are in the same situation. I haven't seen it, but maybe I don't know, guys. If I will watch it at least at home. But it is kind of an example, guys, that we can use to see that we didn't or we haven't had an experience until this moment, okay? At least by now we haven't seen the movie or we haven't watched the movie, but maybe we can do it later, okay? Remember that when we use yet, we are talking about something that we expected, but it has not happened. Let's move on. Remember, already it's in the middle of the sentence, yet is at the end of the sentence or the question. Pay attention to the word number 3, and it is, let's see. Okay, it is 4. Okay, as you remember, we already talked about for and since. However, there is no problem if we continue practicing these 2 words. Okay, let's see right now. Please, Daniela, help me reading this information and example.
Okay. It means the length of times for a particular action. We have we have had a dog for 9 years.
Okay, guys, let me introduce you my dog. This is the dog that I have in my house. So if you listen to a dog barking, is that one, okay? So we have had a dog for 9 years. Imagine, guys, so he is He's old, kind of old, but as you can see, we are talking about the duration of time of a particular action. The action that we are talking about is having a dog. So we are talking about the duration, the length of time of that action. So imagine for 9 years, we have had that dog, okay? As you can see in the structure, we use the same, well, the same parts of the sentence, the subject, the auxiliary, have or has, the past participle form of the verb, the complement. And after that, we have to use for and a period of time. Remember, in some examples that we created in some classes before, we talk about some measures of time or some specific vocabulary that we can use after for. We can use years, months, maybe days, okay? So we can talk about those kind of details, okay? Remember that for, it's used to talk about the duration of a particular action or the duration of an action, okay? Let's continue right now and pay attention to our last word. At least in the presentation, this is the last word that we have, and it's since. Please, Luis, help me reading the information and example.
Okay, it means a particular time in the past until a later time or until now. Real Madrid has won 5 champions since 2000 for a thing.
Okay, real facts, everybody. As you know, there is a tournament, an international European tournament, which is called the Champions League. And they have a champion year by year. So every year they have a different winner. And at least this example, guys, takes into account how many times Real Madrid has been the winner. Since 2014, they have won the champions 5 times. 2014, 15, 16. I don't remember the other years, but they have won this tournament many times, okay? As you can see, we are talking about a point, or we start taking into account a time in the past until the present, until 2023, okay? We specify at least one point of time to start, and then until now, until the present, or until a later time. In this opportunity, until now, because we are still talking about the present. But pay attention to the structure. Same as Jed and for, we use since at the end of the sentence. But we have to use a date, a day, a time, or an event. Even, guys, as you can see in this example, we can use a year, or we can mention a year. We can say since, for example, a date, since June 21st. I don't know, guys, I'm just inventing right now. Since Monday, since the morning. If we mention an event, everybody, we can see since Christmas. Okay, so as you see, we can use different examples at the moment of using since. Okay, remember, these 4 words are adverbs of time. What is the difference between this and some other words? That in this opportunity, guys, when we are using already, yet, for, and since, we are not specific in time. They are indefinite time, indefinite adverbs of time, because they don't define the specific time when something happened, okay? They only mention, for example, for and since, they only mention when something started, or when something started in a certain point in the past, but they are not really, really specific. They only mention a specific point in the past when this action started. And then when we use already and yet, we only mention if we had that opportunity some time ago, or if we didn't have that experience. Okay, now let's move on to our next part. Just before we start, do you have any question? No questions by now? Okay, let me show you guys the last two structures because they are also important for the next activity that we will complete. Let me see. Okay, let me share with you my screen. Well, I will share with you, everybody, my screen, but first, guys, let me show you this structure. Guys, we have, let me see, we have another structure, guys, which, and we are going to use in our next practice, and it's the use of just, okay? In this case, everybody, when we are talking about just, it has the same meaning as, let me see, okay. It has the same meaning as already, okay? But in the case of just, we want to say, or we mean that we finished the activity just a few seconds ago, okay? For example, I have just eaten dinner. I have just eaten dinner, okay? I finished these actions, sorry, some minutes, well, in this case, some minutes ago. I have just eaten dinner, okay? As you can see in the structure, we use just in the middle of the sentence. As I mentioned, it has similar meaning as already, but the thing is that when we talk about already, or when we use already, we are talking about that we have that experience in a point of the past, in a period of time in the past. But when we are using just, we mean to say that we finished with that action, or we had that experience some minutes ago, okay? We are not specific in the specific moment, or we don't specify the moment, but we mentioned that we just finished with an action, okay? For example, Luis, can you tell me one action that you have just finished some minutes ago?
I have, sorry, I have just learned about what are we learning? Sorry, what's the name about what we're learning?
Oh, the adverbs of time?
Yes, I have just learned about the adverbs of time.
Nice, okay? We have just learned about it, okay? Because it finished, or this action have already finished some minutes or some seconds ago, okay? Let's see, Fernando, are you there, Fernando? Yes? Okay, Fernando, I think, well, he texted me on the WhatsApp group, so sorry, on the WhatsApp, so I think he can't participate by now. Let's see, Daniela, can you tell me one example about something that you have just finished doing?
Only the event finished minutes or the same day?
You can mention maybe a minute or before the activity that you are doing now.
Okay, I have just learned about programming.
Oh, I have just learned about programming. Okay,
Yes.
that's a great example. So you had programming classes before this one, right?
No, before is social. I don't know what is the name. Social. Oh, I don't know what is the name of the class.
Okay, but social.
Mm,
At least I know that it's about social things. Okay. But well, thank you for sharing, Daniela. I have just learned about programming. I have just learned about adverbs of time. Remember that we use just when talking about those kind of details, okay? Things that have just happened a moment ago. It can be, for example, it can be minutes ago, seconds ago, maybe an hour ago, and in this case, one action before the one that you are doing now, okay? Oh, socio-emotional. Okay, really nice. That sounds really interesting. Thank you. Okay, now everybody, let's check another structure. And this one, let me see. Okay, let me see. Give me a second, everybody. Okay, let me share my screen with you. Okay, let's see. Well, as you can see, there is another structure that we can use at the moment of talking about past. There is, everybody, another word that is similar to still. From the words that we learned today, everybody, we learned already, yet, for, and since. Just, everybody, remember that it's similar, not the same, but it's similar to already. Still, everybody, has the same meaning as yet, okay? That's something, okay, that's something kind of easy, guys, because yet and still have the same meaning. What is the only difference that still have? Is that still can be used in affirmative and negative sentences. First difference, still can be used in affirmative and negative sentences, and also the position of still. Remember that yet is always at the end of the sentence or at the end of the question. In this case, still is after the subject. We use the subject and then still to talk about something that hasn't happened, something that is expected to happen, but it hasn't been done yet. For example, guys, I will write the same example, guys. So I has, oh, let me see. I still, sorry. I still haven't, my gosh. I still haven't eaten my dinner. So I will write the same example, guys, because it's kind of easier. So I still haven't eaten my dinner. By this moment, guys, I didn't have dinner, okay? I didn't have dinner before the class, so I still haven't eaten my dinner. Well, as you see, it's an action that is expected to happen, maybe in the past, but it hasn't happened yet, okay? Let's see right now. Daniela, can you tell me one example using still?
in negative.
Yes.
Okay, I still haven't mm, playing with my dog.
I still haven't played with,
Played with my dog.
let's see, played with my dog. Okay, very good job. Great example. Let me see. Well, very good. Guys, something interesting about this is that still it's more common to be using negative sentences, okay? It is possible in affirmative, yes, but it's more common for, at least in present perfect, it's more common in negative, okay? Let's see, Luis, can you tell me one example using still?
Yes. I still haven't finished my homework, my English homework.
Come on, okay, I still haven't finished. Oops,
Sorry.
finished my English homework. Don't worry, you will have time at least until Friday. Okay, so great examples, everybody. As you see, we are talking about an activity that maybe is expected that we have done it before, but okay, sadly we didn't finish or we didn't do it, but we can still do it at least in present. Okay. Well, everybody, these are some other structures that we can use. Well, at least in these examples, we have just and still. Why did I mention this, guys? Or why? Well, first of all, why in the presentation I only mentioned 4 words? Already, yet, for, and since. Because, guys, those are the structures that you will see on the platform. That's why I shared those structures with you, even though in the next activities that we are going to do, you will see a just and still, and we never talk about those words. So in case you have some doubts or you have some questions about these words at the moment of doing the activity, it's better if we have the vocabulary or we have the use and the meaning of them, okay? But remember, you will not see just on the platform and you will not see still, okay? However, it is important for you to practice and to have a better use of English, okay? Let's pay attention, everybody, to our next activities because at this moment, we will check the correct use of these adverbs of time. Let's see the first activity. Okay, in this opportunity, guys, as you can see, we have to put in since, for, just, already, still, yet, ever, and never. Remember, I mentioned that there are some words that are similar and some others that have the same meaning. For example, just and already are similar, not the same, but are kind of similar. Still and yet, they are the same. What is the difference? The position of these words. Remember, if we don't put the words in the correct position, so they are not natural, okay? That is not natural English. So right now, everybody, let's check some examples that we can create using since. I will copy these words, everybody, in case you forgot it. Since, for, just, already, still, yet, ever, and never. Ever and never, guys, we talk about that in when we talk about a present perfect. That's why I didn't explain that in today's class. But if you have any question, guys, I will try to help you. Well, let's check our first examples. Just to confirm, Fernando, text me on the chat if you can participate or not, because I am not really sure about that. Okay, so if you can help me with that, that would be nice. Okay, let's start with the activity. And Luis, you will help me with the first 2 sentences, okay? Number 1 and 2.
Okay. We have lived in Tokyo since 1994.
Okay, since. And number 2.
Let me see. Have you finished your homework yet?
Okay, very good. Thank you for using these words. You are right in the 2 examples. Let's check now Daniela's examples, okay? Go ahead, Daniela. Number 3 and 4.
Okay. She has Uh, already eaten sushi is her finish time.
Oh, her first. Her first.
First. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's her first time. And wait. Okay. Job still hasn't done the shopping.
Okay, Rob still hasn't done the shopping. Okay, very good. Well, let's continue. We have 14 examples and we will complete the whole practice, at least in this one. In the other practice, guys, we will only have like 10 or 12 because it's too long, okay? There are like 24 examples and we will not complete the 24. Okay, let's see this one, okay? Luis, help me with number 5 and 7, okay? We will leave number 6 for Daniela. So number 5 and 7.
5 and 7. Okay. They have already read 7 books.
Okay, very good. And 7?
And 7 is, let me see, Carl and Mike. Carl and Mike have been neighbors for 15 years.
Okay, nice. Thank you. Okay, Daniela, now you have to help me with example 6 and 8.
Hannah or Anna hasn't helped me yet.
Okay,
6.
yes.
Yes.
Yes, and number 8.
Have you just seen a postcard?
You just, okay. Okay, thank you. Very good. Well, in this opportunity, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 examples to finish the exercise. So, Luis, help me with number 9 and 10. Daniela, help me with 11 and 12.
Sorry, what numbers?
9 and 10.
Okay. I'm so tired. I have already finished jogging.
I have already finished jogging.
And
Okay.
number 10, let's see, they still haven't opened that shop.
Okay, they still haven't opened that shop. Okay, nice job. Thank you. Daniela, 11 and 12.
Okay, Maria and Tel have just spoken Russian. They can only speak English. And her, no, wait, me.
So read the context. According to the context, they can only speak English and German. So what could be the right word? Some of them adverbs of time or adverb of frequency.
I think it's a still because it's negative, but I don't know if Neil have not.
No, right now we can only use these words, okay? So since, for, never, still, yet.
Yes, never. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, you see, guys, I wrote the words for you. Okay, so what is the complete sentence, Daniela?
Maria and Ted have never spoken Russian. They can only speak English and German.
Very good. Okay, number 12.
Has Tony come ever?
Okay.
Maybe. Or yet.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Oh, what do you think? It's ever or yet? Remember the position of ever and remember the position of yet. So according to that information that you remember, what's the correct word? Ever
Okay,
or yet?
I know yet is the finish, but ever I don't remember.
Okay, I cannot tell you by now.
Okay. No, change for yet.
Yet, okay. After this activity, I will try to help you with that, okay? Now, let's see. Guys, let's check together what is the correct word in the next two examples. I haven't talked to Mary my last birthday. What do you think is the correct word, okay? Please write on the chat, what do you think is the correct word that we can use for, well, to complete the sentence? Okay, Luis, thank you.
I think I made a mistake in number 9.
Number 9, okay. We will check right now. Okay, Luis and Daniela, since, I will write since. If not, I will remember, I will forget it. So tell me, what is the correct sentence in number 9, Luis?
I think it's just, I'm so tired. I have just finished jogging.
Ah, much better. Yes, that's right, okay? I have just finished jogging, okay? Because remember, when we use just, we are talking about an action that finished a few seconds or minutes ago, okay? And, well, 12. Has Julian visited his Uncle Harry? What do you think is the correct word? Please write it on the chat. Okay, let's see. Luis just said that it's ever. Waiting for Daniela and check the answers. Okay, Daniela says ever, so ever. Okay, everybody, now that we finished with this exercise, we will check together what are the right answers. Okay? Check the answers, and okay, we have two mistakes. Let's check together what are the correct words. She has eaten sushi. It's her first time. So it's the first time that this girl is going to eat sushi. What could be the right word?
Never.
Okay, maybe we can write, or we can say never. Number 3, I'm sorry. Number 3 could be never. And what about number 8? Let me see. Have you just seen a busker? What could be the right word?
Ever.
Yes, that's right, okay? In questions, remember to talk about an experience that we have had in a moment in the past. We use ever. For example, guys, we have example 14. Has he ever visited his Uncle Harry? As you can see, we are talking about an experience that he has had. Or maybe he hasn't, okay? What we ask, remember that in the questions, we can omit using ever. For example, have you seen a busker? It's correct. Have you seen a busker yet? It's correct. Have you ever seen a busker? It's also correct. Let me show you guys. I did the exercise a little bit earlier. So these are the right answers. As you remember, in number 3, we use never. In number 8, let me move the screen, we use ever. So guys, we only have 2 mistakes. It's okay because we are still learning, but you are doing an amazing job, everybody. Let's continue like that and keep it up. Well, in this moment, before we go, let's check the last exercise. What's the correct order? Remember, guys, if we put one of these words in a different position, that's not natural in English, okay? That's why it will sound a little bit weird. Please pay attention and try to complete the examples in the correct form. Let's see. Okay, in this exercise, guys, there are 24 phrases, but because of the time, we will only complete with 10 or 12 sentences, okay? Let's check. In the first example, we have 3 answers. We have just done, we just done, or we just have done. What do you think is the correct order? Okay, what is the correct order in the sentence? What is the correct position for just? Okay, let's check right now. What do you think, Luis? What is the correct position? Number 1, 2, or 3?
Number 3.
Number 3. Let's check together. We just have done the shopping. That's why I've got shopping bags in my hands. Let's see. That's not correct. So number 3, no. What do you think is the correct answer, Luis? Number 1 or number 2?
Number 1.
Number 1, yes. Remember, just it's always in the middle of the sentence. Okay?
Okay.
Let me share with you the sound.
We've just done the shopping. That's why I've got shopping bags in my hands.
Okay, that's the correct sentence. So thank you, Luis, for your practice. Don't worry, remember that some of these words are not common, or we didn't take too much time to study them. But we will see the next example, number 2. Daniela, what is the correct order of the sentence? I have already seen, I've just seen, or I already have seen.
I've already seen.
Number 1?
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
I've already seen this film. Let's watch another one.
Very good. Okay. Thank you for it. Let's move to number 3. Tell me, please, Luis, what do you think it's sentence number 3? Okay. He has been to this country before. He's excited about seeing a new country. He hasn't been to this country before, or he hasn't been in.
I think it's number 3. He hasn't been in this country before.
Okay, let's check. Not really. So what do you think is the right answer?
Number 2.
Number 2, yes.
Yes.
It's more common that we use the preposition to when talking about going to one place, okay?
Okay.
So yeah, very good.
He hasn't been to this country before. He's excited about seeing a new country.
Nice, okay. So very good, Luis. Thank you. Because your second answer was correct. The only thing that was not correct was the preposition, so it's not a big deal. You are doing a great job. Let's move on to number 4. Daniela, what is the correct sentence? I still have got, or I have already got.
Number 2.
I still have got your shoes in my house. It's been a long time. Can you come and get them? No, it's not correct, Daniela. I'm sorry. So what is the correct form?
Number 3, because the still the position is after the verb. I think it's the.
Okay, very good. Well, let me explain this. Is that when we use still have got, well, the order was correct, but the meaning of the sentence, it's not correct, okay? Only the meaning, but the order of the sentence was correct. Grammatically was correct. And number 3, oh no, it's not the correct one. Let's see. Number 1.
I've still got your shoes in my house. It's been a long time. Can you come and get them?
Okay. I don't know why. I will look some information about that and I will let you know why. it sounds like this, okay? But we can continue. Let's move on right now and please, oh, let me see. Okay, let's continue, please, and check number 5. And well, the last one will be number 6 because of the time. So tell me, Luis, what do you think is the correct sentence? She has loved a chocolate. She has always loved, or she has already loved chocolate.
She has always loved chocolate.
Okay. Yes.
She has always loved chocolate. She loved it as a child and she loves it more now.
Okay, thank you. And the last example is for Daniela. Daniela, please tell me what is the correct sentence. They have lived here. Oh, continue.
Sorry, no, sorry. You say, please.
Oh, they have lived here before, for, or since.
Okay, number 3, since.
Okay, very good. Let me see. Yes. Guys, I didn't know about that. Okay, but we don't have time to do that. But yes, that's the correct sentence according to the context. Okay, they have lived here since January 2000. It's been good. Okay, thank you for your practice, guys. Believe me that I didn't know about that I have to sign up on my Facebook account, but I will check that in case we use it for another activity. Okay, thank you for your practice, guys. You did an amazing job. In some cases, we have only some problems with prepositions, but we understood very well the topic. So guys, thank you for your practice and for doing your best effort. I'm just looking for some information at the moment of using a still, because I don't know what happened with the example that she created. So yes, I'm not pretty sure about that. So I will let you know maybe tomorrow, because I'm looking for the correct information about that. Okay. Now, everybody, just before we go, let me share with you what is our homework. So please remember that we have to continue with the activities on the platform. Please finish with activities 4.2. Well, continue with activities 4.2 and so on. You finish in activity 4.2.5. Actually, guys, with these activities, we finish the complete unit 4. And then tomorrow we can do the exam of unit 3 and 4. Okay? That's all for today, guys. I'm really happy that we share a little moment practicing and learning about adverbs of time in present perfect. Tomorrow we will continue with some interesting activities to practice our topics. So guys, have a good night and nice to see you today. Bye-bye.
Night. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Good night, everyone.